Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back. So, you guys probably are pretty familiar with my picture at this point. I am still working on my show and tell book, and I am working on my Ruby. So, on Tuesday, we started by sketching out Ruby. I added just some basic details to her. Then yesterday, I went back. I gave her some color. I added some labels to her. Today I'm going to go ahead and take a look at her to see if there's anything else that I think I could add to my drawing to make it a little bit better and add any more labels. I'm not really thinking that I see any more labels on here. So you've just listened to the story, The Alphabet Tree. And the alphabet tree talks to us about how letters make up words and words make up sentences. And we have to try really hard and do the best that we can do when we're doing our sentences. I think that some of you might be ready to try writing a sentence. We've learned a few sight words and we can use those sight words in our sentences. So I think I'm going to come up with a sentence to describe my picture of what I've been drawing. So who wants to help me out? This is a picture of who? Ruby. So I could add that as a label. I could write at the beginning of Ruby. R. Now it's the first letter in her name, so I'm going to make it a capital R, just like when we write our names. It's a vowel. It's one of those tricky vowels. Our vowels can be really tricky. I'm going to tell you, it's U, like umbrella. B. Remember, we're going to put our line and then our belly. E, Raub-E, Ruby. So we know that this is Ruby. I am going to write a sentence down here that says, I the rabbit. So that's 4 words that I'm going to write. I see the rabbit. Now, we haven't actually learned the sight word I, but we've all talked about the letter I when we're doing our letters and sounds. So an I, because you're talking about yourself, always is a capital when it's all alone. So I'm going to start my sentence. I see I'm using my sight word cards that I have. I see the rabbit. Rabbit. So I'm going to have to stretch out rabbit. It's not one of our sight words. We haven't learned that. But these other words, you should have them in your classroom, and you should be able to have them maybe on a paper in your desk that you can use to help you to write them. So it's a capital I. Now I've got to leave a finger space, or Mrs. Skiff's friends, we have little spacers in there. So I'm going to use this I to leave a space. We always want to make sure we leave a space between our words. I see. Now that I've started it, I can move it. S-E-E-C. I see. I see. My next word's going to be the. But I bring my spacer back. The. It's a tall letter. It's our new word that we learned this week. Rabbit. So I need to give myself another space. Now I'm not sure how I spell rabbit, but I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm going to stretch it like I would a rubber band, and I'm going to say it really slowly, and I'm going to catch the sounds that I hear. Rabbit. Well, I can catch the first letter, and that's an R. A, b, r, ab, b, 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 r, ab, I, itchy, itchy eye, itchy, itchy eye, ab, it, t, t. I see the rabbit. And I got to put a period, just like we talked about with our writing last week. I'm giving somebody information, so I'm going to put a period at the end of my sentence. Boys and girls, do the best that you can do. Try to stretch out the sounds that you hear. If you're not ready for a sentence, it's okay. You can continue. You can do your labeling like we did here, and you're going to continue to do that with your item that you have. And if you would like to try to put a sentence down, we would be happy to see it. Thank you.